Hello. This is an audio-visual presentation for Chapter 5, Time Value of Money. The topic is loan amortization, and we'll be following PowerPoint slides starting with number 38. Amortization tables are widely used for home mortgages, auto loans, business loans, and retirement plans. I think the most common use is the home mortgages. It's very easy to calculate your principal and interest payment for your existing house or potentially a new home purchase, and your financial calculators have exceptional value in making these calculations. Financial calculators and spreadsheets are great for setting up amortization tables. We're going to show the construction of an amortization table in a slide or two. However, your financial calculators are generally programmed with a number of functions allowing you not only to calculate the payment to recover or pay down principal and interest, but also the accumulated interest, the accumulated principal, the balance after a certain number of periods, etc. Your financial calculators would be very useful for you to understand in order to solve these. What we'll do in the following slides is basically the longhand version. It's useful for your intuition, but hopefully after you go through this, then you can use your calculators to use that amortization function, double check your solutions with this longhand solution, and then consistently get the right answers. Alright, so slide number 40. From the previous slide, we know that the present value is $1,000, so we're buying a $1,000 house or a $1,000 loan. We're going to pay it off in 3 annual payments, and the interest rate is 10%. Future value is 0 because we want the loan to be completely paid down at the end of 3 years. So later on in this course, we'll do bond valuation problems, in which case this future value will still have a par value in it. For this calculation, though, we calculate an annual payment of $402.11. Here's the Excel, and then in the blue box, the standard kind of financial calculator. This is $402.11 per year. Okay, going ahead. Alright, what is the interest payment in that first year? So we've calculated the payment that you're going to make on an annual basis, but what component of the $402 actually is attributed to interest versus principal? Well, initially the initial balance is $1,000, the interest rate is 10%, so the interest for the first year is $100. So in order to borrow $1,000 for 1 year, you pay $100. So you paid a total of $402, $100 of that goes to interest. So what you'll see is the residual goes to pay down the principal. You started off with a payment of $402, $100 went to interest, and the residual towards the principal is your interest payment. Also, your balance gets paid down. So you started with an initial balance of $1,000. We reduced that by the payment of $302.11, leaving us a balance at the end of the first year and the beginning of the second year of $697.89. In time value of money, the end of 1 year and the beginning of the subsequent year is generally the same point in time. You could make an argument that the end of 1 year is December 31st at midnight, and the beginning of the next year is January 1st at 12:01 a.m., but we generally refer to them as the same point. Okay, and here's our amortization table. Again, it's a 3-year table. If you did an amortization for your house, it'd be, for most of you, it'd be 360 years, or 360 periods covering 30 years with monthly payments. The initial balance is $1,000. This is the present value for your calculator. The end balance is 0. This is the future balance for your future value for your calculator. We calculated earlier on the payment of $402, which is recorded here. So if you follow through, we start with a balance of $1,000. We pay $402. $100 of that goes towards interest with a residual of $302. The $302 is to buy down the principal. Now we're down to $698, and we redo the same thing again in the second year. We have $698 as our initial principal, pay down $402. Now we take interest, which is 10% of this initial value, which is almost $700, giving us an interest payment of $70. So now our principal repayment is higher. Okay, and then so on and so forth for the third year. You'll note the total payment is $1,206, giving us $206 towards our interest. What are the tax implications? Generally, interest is tax deductible, so you can see as time goes on, the tax deductible element here decreases. This is a nice illustration talking about a flat payment. Every period we pay $402. However, the component that goes to interest is decreasing as our principal outstanding decreases, and the component going towards principal increases as our interest decreases. I hope this is useful. If you have further questions on loan amortization, please feel free to post a question or send me an email. Have a good day.